Hello and welcome to this lesson of prokaryotes. By the time you finish this video, you should be able to recognize a prokaryotic cell by its key features, such as being single-celled and having no nucleus. You'll also be able to describe the main structural features of bacteria, including their cell wall and circular DNA. And finally, you'll be able to compare prokaryotic cells with eukaryotic cells and explain how some bacteria are useful while others can cause disease. Today, we will explore the fascinating world of prokaryotes. All living things are grouped into 5 main kingdoms. These include animals, plants, fungi, protoctists, and prokaryotes. The first 4 kingdoms belong to a larger group called eukarya. These organisms have more complex cells with a nucleus. Prokaryotes, however, are different. They are much simpler organisms with no nucleus and a simpler cell structure. Now let's explore the key characteristics that make prokaryotes different from eukaryotes. Eukaryotic cells are more complex and contain a nucleus, where genetic material is stored. In contrast, prokaryotes are much simpler. They are always single-celled organisms. Prokaryotic cells do not have a nucleus. Instead, their genetic material floats freely within the cytoplasm. They also lack important organelles such as chloroplasts and mitochondria, which are found in many eukaryotic cells. These simpler features make prokaryotes structurally different, but still highly successful in many environments. So, one common example of a prokaryote is bacteria. Bacteria are single-celled organisms with a simple cell structure. They do not have a nucleus, and their genetic material floats freely inside the cell. Now let's examine the key features of a bacterial cell. Bacteria have a cell wall, which provides strength and support. Inside the cell wall is the cell membrane, which controls what enters and leaves the cell. The cytoplasm is where many chemical reactions take place. Ribosomes are found in the cytoplasm and are responsible for making proteins. Bacteria also contain circular DNA, which carries the genetic information needed to control the cell. Some bacteria also have plasmids, which are small extra loops of DNA that can carry additional genes. And in some cases, bacteria have flagella, which are tail-like structures that help them move. These structures allow bacteria to survive, reproduce, and function efficiently despite their simple design. There are many different types of bacteria, and they can have both helpful and harmful effects. For example, lactobacillus is a useful bacterium commonly used in the production of yogurt. It helps convert milk into yogurt through fermentation. On the other hand, pneumococcus is a harmful bacterium that can cause diseases such as pneumonia. This shows that while some bacteria are beneficial to humans, others can cause serious illness. Now, let's apply what we've learned to an exam-style question. You can pause the video and try it yourself. A student observes a cell under the microscope. The cell is single-celled, has no nucleus, and contains a circular strand of DNA. Is this cell a prokaryote or a eukaryote? Pause here and study the illustration carefully. Prokaryotic cells do not have a membrane-bound nucleus or other organelles. Their DNA is circular and floats freely in the cytoplasm. So the model answer is, it is a prokaryote because it has no nucleus and the genetic material is free in the cytoplasm. Now, let's move on to another exam-style question. Give 2 differences between a bacterial cell and a plant cell. Notice that the plant cell contains a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles, while the bacterial cell has a much simpler structure. Additionally, bacteria are prokaryotes, so they lack a true nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. In contrast, plant cells are eukaryotes, meaning they have a nucleus and organelles like chloroplasts and mitochondria. Therefore, the final answer is, a bacterial cell does not have a nucleus, while a plant cell does. A bacterial cell wall is made of peptidoglycan, while a plant cell wall is made of cellulose. Finally, let's look at one last exam-style question. Name one useful and one harmful type of bacterium, and describe their roles. Notice that lactobacillus is shown as a useful bacterium used in yogurt production, while pneumococcus is shown as a harmful bacterium that causes disease. Importantly, not all bacteria are harmful. Some, like lactobacillus, are helpful in food production, while others, like pneumococcus, can cause infections in humans. Therefore, the final answer is useful, lactobacillus, used to make yogurt by fermenting milk. Harmful, pneumococcus, which causes pneumonia.